Good early morning to everybody. Welcome to our one and only live stream for today. We are in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are going from Jakarta to Surabaya. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize in advance. We're going to basically kind of go over this edge of Indonesia and then come into this nice approach here. So we will get started here in a minute. Now I'm going to advance the time back I'm going to do it once we get into the menu. I think that's going to be the best way to handle it. Otherwise I'm going to screw it up. Also, we're not going to fly in live weather today. I don't know the terrain well enough to be able to see everything, so we're going to turn the weather off. I think I said we were going to do live weather, but I don't know the area well enough where I feel comfortable. So, yeah, we're gonna turn that off and hopefully have a nice flight nonetheless. So, yeah. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. I'm trying not to talk too loud because I do have neighbors who are still asleep. Yeah, that's just not going to work. No, we don't want that. We want to be able to see Indonesia as we're flying. Let's see. So that, change that. That. Now, I don't know. There's no pushback tug either. Well, that's outstanding. So I'm going to have to back this plane up myself.
Halim ground, Lion Air 2377 IFR to Juanda, ready to copy. Lion Air 2377 is cleared to Juanda Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.9 squawk 0265.
13, plugged in.
Lion Air 2377 cleared to Juanda Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 120.9 squawk 0265. Lion Air 2377, read back correct. Contact ground on 118.6. Good day. Halim ground, Lion Air 2377 with mic ready to taxi IFR. Lion Air 2377 taxi to and hold short of runway 24 via taxiway cross runway 24. Contact tower on 120.35 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 24 via taxiway cross runway 24 Lion Air 2377.
It's probably going to be pretty quiet in here this morning. A lot of people may not be in. That's quite all right. You can catch it on the replay later. Right. Well, I think what I can do, we're not going to try to back it up. We're just going to try to turn it around right here. I don't think they have a backup tug in place. I think we have enough sun in the sky. It should be a good flight. So I'm going to leave the time alone. We might have a nice sunset approach into Surabaya. Well, this is interesting. Taxi out on the runway, but is there a place to turn the aircraft around to face it the right direction? I think there is, but I don't see the lines going off. Oh, maybe there will be up there. Yep, I think it turns to the left there. Yep, okay. Like, that'd be kind of a crazy way, because I don't think I can turn around the plane in that tight of space. I'm not that versed in maneuvering the plane like that. What in the world? Well, that's kind of odd. Can't believe we were supposed to... Oh, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. There is... It looks like there is enough room down there at the end. Yeah, it looks like there's... Wait a minute, why? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, here's what I'm going to do. Let's just stop right here. I should have changed this as soon as we started taxiing.
Lion Air 2377, acknowledge last transmission. Roger, Lion Air 2377.
All right. I think there's enough space to turn it around down there. We're going to find out here shortly. Yeah, why is it... It's like I lost the tower thing. Well, we're gonna taxi down here and see if my co-pilot will take over. Otherwise, we might have to restart it. This is the problem with flying in areas that I am not familiar with. And that's why I'm a bit apprehensive when people ask me to, can you fly here, can you fly there? I don't. Well, we've got our information. I think let's just line up and get out of here. I don't really feel like restarting the whole process. We're burning daylight. Now, one of the things I did look real quickly, Lion Air is one of the airlines that flies out of here. Let's see if this does the trick.
Tower Lion Air 2377
oh, here we go.
IFR departure runway 24.
Lion Air 2377 altimeter 29.9 and 269 retrieve. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 Lion Air 2377.
Alright, let's go. Let's just punch it. We know it's going to spool up evenly because we don't have any problems with our...
Lion Air 2377 contact Jakarta Center on 120.9er. Good day.
Going to 120.9er Lion Air 2377. Jakarta Center Lion Air 2377 is passing 1,600 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Lion Air 2377 Jakarta Center altimeter 29.9er to continue to Hotel Lima Mike as planned.
And there we are, off from Jakarta. Morning, Mick. How are you? There we go, there's the airport right there. Get back on track here. Let's go to 250. All right, we are en route. Now HLM was behind us, so we're on our way to Casal. Let's take a look, zoom out here. So we got some distance to go. Just keep that about there. We might climb up. We're supposed to go to 37,000 on this flight. We'll see what happens. I think here any moment we're going to get an altitude increase. I got 4 people watching. Thank you all for coming in. Can I get a couple thumbs up, please, and thank you? We appreciate it.
Climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Lion Air 2377.
Oh, well, I guess I scared 2 people away. Now we don't have to change the altimeter at all because we're at normal pressure anyway, so we don't have to worry about all that mess. We're just gonna keep on keeping on, and we'll be fine. Since we're at normally once we go above flight level 180 or whatever it would be here, I don't know the particular rules because we're not flying in America. We're fine where we're at, so. So we are Jakarta's a bit behind us now. Well, see, that's the thing. I wasn't sure what to expect because I don't know how mountainous this area is and where we would, how our approach would be going into Surabaya, but it looks like it's going to be a fairly straightforward approach into Surabaya, so should be no surprises. Sometimes in some areas you get those approaches that kind of, you got a mountain, you have to work around that, or you got to fly up high and then you got to drop way down and whatever, so I think we're going to be okay. But I'm not going to get in the habit, if people, this isn't a viewers request sort of channel. That's not how I operate. But I'm making an exception because I think somebody asked about Indonesia. So here's your Indonesia flight. You're welcome. But yeah, we're not going to be making a habit of all that. So I don't want it to become a viewer chooses flights sort of thing. Tomorrow, I do have a flight planned. Tomorrow, we are going to go from Jacksonville to Atlanta in the A320. So we're going to continue with the A320 services for now. Get a couple. Yeah, I do too, Mick. And that's only coming tomorrow. I'm hopeful. I'm really excited about what we're getting. Especially we're getting 5 planes for free, which is cool. There is stuff, it seems, in the works. It's just not happening. I doubt that we're going to get new planes for the Xbox before the end of the year, but they are working on a lot of stuff. So it's just taking, I think, from what it sounded like, there was a lot of things that they didn't expect, or they knew there was going to be some issues. They didn't know how the depth of those issues was going to be. So I think they've got a good plan. I think I've heard the 10-year story before, and it started with Bungie and Destiny, that they had a 10-year plan for the game. So they do have a 10-year plan for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Of course, the new X-Plane 12 is coming out soon. So there is some competition. So I think they kind of have to start stepping up their game in order to keep people from leaving and going to X-Plane, because that's what a lot of people I've heard they go back to X-Plane 11 because they don't feel like this is a quality simulator. So I'm hopeful that a lot of things get addressed. It sounds like they have a plan in place, what they're going to do for the world update and the sim updates. We're getting a sim update tomorrow as well, I believe. That'll be sim update 7. So world update 7 will come sometime soon, I think. I don't know where that's going to be, though. I don't think they've said yet. So there's supposed to be some fixes coming tomorrow. Hopefully. Fixes. So, and then, they're going to take the holidays off, which rightfully so. That's, good to do. And they feel they'll come back refreshed, recharged, and keep tackling the issues and all that. So, yeah, it sounds like they've got a good idea what they want to do. So that's important. So yeah, we're getting, now we're not getting a helicopter per se for the Xbox. We're getting this Velocicopter, which is almost like a human-sized drone. So they said it'll give you the sense of flying like a helicopter without all the I don't know how to term it, but they feel like it's a good kind of a introduction to the helicopter flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Lion Air 2377, climb and maintain flight level 330.
There we go.
Climb and maintain flight level 330 Lion Air 2377.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've got in store for the new stuff coming out. I know the Concorde's coming probably sometime next year. That is going to be a very in-depth sort of thing. You really have to be on the ball with that. Which probably is not going to go over very well with a lot of people. They prefer to have it kind of very easy to fly, and I don't think that plane in real life was very easy to fly. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit. I think that's going to be a bit difficult. We can have the flight attendants at least serve a little snack and something to drink. Because unless it's a long distance flight, that's pretty much what you get. Nowadays. So yeah, I'm excited for what's coming. It's hard to judge because there's so many people who in the forums, there's a lot of positive stuff. Like they'll have a thing where it'll say, "What did you do in Microsoft Flight Simulator today?" And if I post, "Well, I flew from Jakarta to Surabaya in the A320. It was a good flight. Really enjoyed it. Very scenic, sort of flight." People will like that. But I see a lot of people come in and say, "Well, I didn't do anything because I couldn't get the game to load." And they just come in and they're very sour. Right? They're just very sour. And it's a bit disheartening because is it a problem with the game, or is it operator error? That's the question. We can get up to 270. Let's push it. And then we'll go to the Mach here in a moment. Okay, it kind of just died out. Alright, I think we gotta go. Let's just go ahead and switch it to Mach. There we go. Ta-da! Well, it was starting to decline. Come on, get your legs, come on. Oh, lordy. This is the part I always struggle with. I don't know why. Like it doesn't want to climb. It's like it's stuck at Alright, let's go here. Let's just go to 250. I think it's too much pressure on the engines.
Please expedite your climb flight level 330.
Yep. Alright, let's try. There we go. I just have to keep it at 250. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. The live weather thing, it sounds like they've got a pretty cool plan for that even. See, now it's kind of like slowing down again. We're not even near 32,000 feet. I think now I gotta switch it to Mach. Let's go. Oops. Now, see, it's like I hit that wall again. This is the toughest part about this plane, that I do not quite understand why it does this. It's like I have to coax it along. Hello, Zwan Ho. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. I don't have... well, first off, I'm on the Xbox series of this game, so I do not have Vietnam Airlines. Morning, Pulse. So, and I'm doing this flight to Surabaya, and then I'm done for the day. I've got some other things I got to do. So, yeah, not today. And that may, if I do it, that's going to be down the road sometime. So, yeah. But thank you for coming in and watching. How are you, Pulse? I think we're just going to keep it right where we're at. We're pretty much right at 33,000 feet. And also, you don't have to capitalize it, because it's like you're shouting at me, so please don't do that. All right. Yep, so it'll be about sunset when we get into Surabaya. So it should be a nice evening approach into Surabaya. I think I timed it just right this time without fiddling with it. It's very... Is it B, or is there's like a general haze right here? Look at this. Even though I have the weather turned off, it's just this whole, there's like this layer of haze. It's very strange. Let's see. Okay, I think we can let the passengers move about the cabin and go to the loo. They can lock themselves in the loo for a moment of quiet. never fails. I think I have all the lights are on. Not. Doesn't seem like they are though. I don't know why. Wing lights are on. Beacon lights, strobe lights. Nav logo. Bet you it's the runway turn lights that are off. Put the dome light on, just in case we start to, it gets dark, so we don't have somebody getting frisky over here in the co-pilot seat with the pilot. I think that is a cool effect, that contrail coming off the engines there. I like that. Oh. Wow. I don't even know what to fly around Vietnam. If I were to even do it. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of aircraft they have in their inventory, or how big their airports are. Oh. So I'm going to reduce to 30,000 here in a bit. Yeah, there's just this weird haze. It's very strange. Let's see. Get a little bit closer there, and we'll go down to 30,000. We'll go request a reduction to 30,000, and then it should be kind of downhill from there, so to speak. I'm sure. I'm just thinking, I'm sure flying over Vietnam, it would be some very beautiful scenery. But I would have to fly off stream just to get an idea of how it how it goes. What are the are you doing a visual approach? Do you have any kind of guidance systems at the airports for runway approaches and all that? I mean, it sounds like I'm just thinking, I'm sure it'd be a very beautiful flight, but I would have to fly there a couple times off stream just to be able to get a feel for it. That's what I should have done here, and I didn't, because I wasn't. I was a bit nervous that we would have, there'd be mountains on the approach and all that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and request 30,000.
Jakarta Center Lion Air 2377. Request flight level 300.
Lion Air 2377, descend and maintain flight level 300.
Descend and maintain flight level 300, Lion Air 2377.
There we go. And the bad thing is, a lot of those countries have older. They probably fly a lot of older aircraft that are no longer used elsewhere, but we don't have access to those things. Yeah, sounds good, but I mean, like I said, the scenery would be amazing, no doubt. Yeah, I'd have to do a lot of research on that one. Alright, there's 30,000. Let's see what we come up with next. Yeah, it's going to be a early evening landing here. Hoping for a little bit more sun. I should have maybe tinkered with the time just a smidge, but that's okay. I like these kind of sunset landings. Plus, I don't like, because I always have a problem with the tinkering with the time in the game and getting it to be daylight so we have a nice clear view of our area that we're flying into or out of. But in order for me to fly daytime in Vietnam, it would have to be like, I think, like midnight my time. I would have nobody in my chat, I don't think. Yeah, that would be a very... I don't know that I'd want to stay up to midnight to fly. Even. One of these days, I would like to tackle a non-stop service from San Francisco to New York in the Dreamliner, but that's a about 4, almost 5 hours straight. And that is a lot. But I'd like to do it. I'd have to start, I think if I started like at 5 a.m. and did the flight, it would be doable because it would be 10 o'clock in the morning by the time we got done, essentially. But it would, again, 5 in the morning here is 2 in the morning San Francisco time. So we'd be taking off, it'd be dark until we get, closer to New York. By the time we land in New York, of course, the sun would be up. It'd be almost like a red-eye flight. Which, that does happen. Right now I can see the lights on. You got the sun is going, sun is setting. So
Lion Air 2377, contact Bali Center on 120.7. Good day.
120.7 for Lion Air 2377. Bali Center, Lion Air 2377, flight level 300.
Lion Air 2377, Bali Center, continue to Alpha November Yankee as planned.
continue to any. Alright, so we got to get to 17,000, so we got to drop. I'm going to get down to 20,000 first.
Bali Center, Lion Air 2377. Request flight level 200.
Lion Air 2377, descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 200.
Descend and maintain
Take a look
flight
at
level
that.
210. Expect flight level 200. Lion Air 2377.
I keep looking over at the chat, and I know it's kind of quiet because this is not usually the time we do this, which is okay. Yeah, I really like to tackle that Dreamliner flight. But I know that is going to be... That's going to be excruciatingly long. Let me just look at something here real quick. Oops, that. Next week's Turkey Week. I'm going to target, we're going to look for 5 December to do 5 December, 5-hour flight. How about that? Yeah, we'll do a 5-hour flight in the Dreamliner. We'll go from San Francisco to New York. We'll go to, let's go to JFK. Alright, should give us 20,000 here in a moment. Yes, it is, Mick.
Descend and maintain flight level 200.
Oops.
Descend and maintain flight level 200.
Yep,
Lion Air
it is
2377.
tomorrow. So looking forward to getting my hands on that as well. Alright, now we're going to go to 17,000.
Bali Center, Lion Air 2377. Request 17,000 feet.
Lion Air 2377, descend and maintain flight level 200. Expect 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain flight level 200. Expect 17,000
Just give me
feet.
17,000. Goodness
2377.
gracious.
Lion Air 2377, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Lion Air 2377.
Yep, that will be coming tomorrow with the Game of the Year edition. From what I read in the article, a lot of people were disappointed that we weren't getting the Top Gun pack because the movie's been delayed for release until next year. So they're bringing the Hornet out now. The Top Gun pack will still come next year with supposedly an operational carrier that you can take off and land from, like the catapult, the whole 9 yards, basically. Is the plan. All right, let's put the. Go ahead and put the landing lights on now. Why not? We like to be well lit, identifiable. So yeah, I guess they were able to do something to get it out. Because their feeling is that there should be enough content with the 5 planes that are coming out tomorrow for free for everybody, whether you're on the PC or the Xbox. That should be enough to carry everybody through to the end of the year and into 2022. So, yeah, everybody's getting it, Nick. I'll get it, you'll get it, we all get it. So, yeah. We're all getting it tomorrow. fingers crossed that there's no, you know, delays or anything like that. Any hiccups. But I don't. The only thing is, I don't think it's coming. Yeah, the carrier will come out when the movie comes out. That was their kind of plan. Their updates don't come out, you know, like whenever we would get an update or a new route in Train Sim World 2, it was available just after midnight. They don't put their stuff out until later in the day, so it's going to be like 1 or 2 in the afternoon before I even get my time, before I even get that update. But it'll be, you know, you guys will get it in the evening. So, yeah, I don't know what the how that's going to work out, but I'm hoping. I'm going to still be up early tomorrow anyway. I'm going to check. If it's there, I'm just going to start downloading it. But I don't think we'll get it until later in the day. So, which is going to drive people nuts, of course, because everybody wants everything now, not later. So... yeah, I was looking forward to that, but when Paramount said they were pushing the release of the movie until 2022, because I think they really they're hoping that there's going to be more moviegoers by then. I'd hate to see, because there is a Paramount network that's a cable channel. So they could, in theory, only release it. They could probably do a joint release. If you don't want to go to the movie theaters, you can get it on the Paramount channel, or, you know, so it may be both that you know, it's available for. So I don't know. It's going to be a bit odd. Alright, we're at 17. Alright, we need to get about 7,000 feet off.
Bali Center Lion Air 2377. Request 10,000 feet.
Lion Air 2377 descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Keep speed not above 230 knots.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Keep speed not above 230 knots. Lion Air 2377.
Well, we can do that. That's easy. We'll just go ahead and go to 210. So la-di-da. Yeah, I think that was one of the most anticipated things, because they do have carriers, but they're not, you can't take off and land. They're just like spaced out over, you know, different areas of the world. Which everybody's like, why would I pay for that? That just doesn't make any sense if I can't do anything with it. So, yeah. Of course, you know, if you play the DCS, which is the Combat Flight Simulator, okay. Well, generally, it's pretty snappy. There we go. We usually get down fairly quick. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of new stuff. They're going to update tutorials. There's going to be new things coming out tomorrow as well. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, like I said, the plan that they have, their vision for what they want to do, it sounds, quite honestly, it sounds very audacious, for lack of a better term. And hopefully they're able to either, it's probably, there's going to be things I think they're going to have to compromise on. Because they're going to try it and it's not going to work, or whatever they do is going to affect something else in the game. So they're going to have to kind of say, well, we wanted to do this, but the best we can do is this instead. I think that's the difficult part, quite honestly. Especially with a 10-year plan. The problem being that Asobo is the developer. There are Microsoft Studios, and I don't think the problem is going to be Microsoft is going to want content pushed quickly. Get it out there. Get it out there. We want the money. Get it out there. I'm afraid that that's going to compromise quality, because that's what generally happens when you have a long-term thing in the long-term plan. The publisher starts, we want, just get it out there, but it's not complete. Just get it out there. That's what they want. So I think hopefully Asobo and Microsoft have a better relationship, and Asobo can say, we need more time to develop this. So far, they, because a lot of stuff isn't coming necessarily from Asobo, it's coming from third-party developers. So a lot of these planes aren't being published by Asobo. They present it to Asobo, and then they say, okay, we'll put it in the marketplace, and whoever develops it or creates it, they get a slice of the money and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's the only way that they can keep Microsoft kind of at bay and not get that pressure to get stuff out when it's not really complete. I think that's going to be the key, because I think honestly right now, Microsoft is pretty happy, but I think there will come a time where the pressure will be on to just push content out, and consequences be damned. If it's not complete and the community gets frustrated and starts saying, well, how come this was allowed to happen? It's just, it's going to get ugly. And I'm afraid that's what's going to end up happening. Yeah, well, it sounds like that's what they're trying to do. Like they're checking, but there's a lot of things that they knew there was going to be problems. They admitted that, I think, in that interview. They knew there was going to be problems, especially when they pushed it to the console, but they didn't know quite how big those problems were going to be. So, I think everybody knows, usually when you port a game over, there's always going to be some kind of issue, because the Xbox and the PC are like two different worlds. So now that they kind of understand what those problems may be, I think they can identify things ahead of time now. So it's a bit of a learning curve for them. So hopefully, it sounds like they've learned some lessons and they're prepared to be ready for, whatever challenges may come next. But I'm always wary of long-term plans like that, because the publisher will invariably start to push the developer, just get it out there. It doesn't matter what state it's in, just push it out. But the good thing is, a lot of these places have it's all third-party developers that are creating the aircraft and the airport stuff. So I think that takes the pressure off of Sobo. We need to go to 5,000 feet, it looks like. Let's go to 6. How about that? We'll round it up.
Bali Center, Lion Air 2377. Request 6,000 feet.
Lion Air 2377, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet, Lion Air 2377.
There we go. Yeah, that's my only. When they said that in that interview, I was like, I've heard that story before, and it doesn't ever end well. So, well, I could be wrong. Hopefully, I am. We'll see. Only time's going to tell. But I would like to see more livery options for the aircraft we already have. Even if it's like a pack. You know, I'd be happy to pay for it. You know, because at least I have something different than Orbit Airlines, which I don't think really exists. But it makes do, you know. You can change the name of your... You know, like Lion Air is an actual airline that operates in Indonesia. So, you know, I thought, well, at least I can do that, even though I don't have a plane that has the Lion Air logo and all that, their paint scheme and everything. I think that's the only one of the things that's missing, is just having a good wide range of aircraft liveries. Well, in aircraft in general. So that's the only thing that I'm getting a bit, because I see, you know, it's like every day or so, well, this is coming out on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm like, okay, and let me log in, and I go and I log in, and it's not. I'm like, oh, it's just for the PC only. So, that's my only, I guess, complaint so far with the way that the console version seems to be a bit lacking in really usable, flyable aircraft. And it's up to those third-party developers, of course. If there's problems, they got to go in and fix it. But it's like they got their money and they leave, you know. There's no telling how long it's going to take Braddock to fix the Eurofighter. You know, they're working on it, but they have to basically remodel the whole plane. You know, so it may not be till next year, probably January, February, that maybe it'll be out, you know, flyable. So, yeah, there's, you know, I'm very leery now about buying new stuff through the when it comes out, because it seems that, you know, you see something flashy, like I saw that MiG, the fancy looking one that's a stealth fighter. I'm like, man, that'd be fun to fly. And then I saw the ratings, but again, you don't know what is it that's the problem. Is it that the plane is completely unflyable, or are you trying to fly the plane without understanding the systems, you know, or anything like that? I think that's a big thing. If you don't understand the systems, or you just think, oh, I'm going to take off and just go like a bat out of hell, well, you're not going to be able to control the aircraft, and pretty soon you're going to lose control, you're going to crash, and you're going to be like...
You are 30 miles west. Descend and maintain 3,500 feet. Keep speed not above 190 knots. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via LEDEC transition. Cleared to LEDEC.
Descend and maintain 3,500 feet. Keep speed not above 190 knots. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via LEDEC transition. Cleared to LEDEC Lion Air 2377.
Let's go to 180. Because we are going right over the city. I think that's why we can't go faster than 190. A little flap action down. But it looked like it was like, man, I was ready to throw down the money for it, but then I'm like, I see a lot of 1 stars, but again.
Lion Air 2377, please expedite your descent 3,500 feet.
My goodness. I don't think you want me going just zipping right down to 3,500 right over this populated area. We'll get there. Yeah, I got the objectives on. I have to have that as a reminder. I can't.
2377, contact Surabaya approach on 123.2. Good day.
Going to 123.2 Lion Air 2377. Surabaya approach Lion Air 2377 is at 4,400 feet, descending 3,500 feet.
Lion Air 2377, Surabaya approach altimeter 29.902, continue to low tech as planned.
Let's slow down a little bit more. So, let's go ahead and change this. Nope, other way, other way. Alright, that's the one in front of us, low tech. Okay. Yeah, I have to have that objective thing on, otherwise I'll forget that stuff. And I'm thinking, after I got done with the stream, I'm like, oh, that's what that warning sound was. You don't have the wheels down, you dumbass. I'm like, what is that? I never heard that before. Why is that sound going off?
Lion Air 2377,
yeah.
descend and maintain 2,700 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,700 feet, Lion Air 2377.
Wow, we are way low coming in over this area. Goodness gracious. Well, I guess the people who live around here probably are used to the planes coming in, or, well, they may not come in on approach this way all the time. I don't know. Well, at least the lights are all on.
Lion Air 2377, you are 14 miles west of Juanda. Contact Juanda Tower on 118.11 inbound on the approach.
Alright, let's go to 140.
Tower on 118.1 Lion Air 2377. Juanda Tower Lion Air 2377 13 miles west inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Lion Air 2377 Juanda Tower. Altimeter 29.9 to wind 269 at tree. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach Lion Air 2377.
Alright, we're going to get the tractor beam this time. Ooh, there we go, there's the warning. Reminder to deploy the landing gear. There we go. All the wheels are down. Alright, are we going to get the tractor beam? Yay or nay? It seems like we're holding right at 2700. Maybe get a little bit closer and then the tractor beam will lock in, as I like to call it. The wheels are down. Thank you, Mick. I appreciate that. You're an awesome co-pilot. First officer. There we go. We got the tractor beam. Alright, there we go. That's good. We have a nice view coming in without too much light. Hello, Amilla. Welcome. You're just in time. We're landing here in Surabaya.
Lion Air 2377 wind 269 at tree. Cleared to land runway 10.
Cleared to land runway 10 Lion Air 2377.
That should be the ILS warning. The gear is down, so we're not worried about that. We are good to go. No, this is just for today, Amela, because I got an appointment at 10 and I just figured I'd knock this out a little bit earlier so that I could have time to, you know, kind of just have a nice relaxed morning before I have to get ready for my appointment. So no, this is just for today. Slow down a little bit more. A little bit more flap action. Wow, look at that approach. Right. Oh, man. This is low. The people who live here must just... That must just... Oh. I don't think I'd like it very much. Alright, I'm going to move this out the way. Let's see...
200.
Ooh, 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 ooh,
100.
ooh, ooh.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Ooh. That was not very smooth. But we're on the ground. On behalf of myself and First Officer Mick, we'd like to welcome you to Surabaya. The local time is, I don't really know, to be honest.
Lion Air 2377 exit runway when able.
On behalf of the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you. We know, we understand, we acknowledge that you have many viewing options when it comes to
Lion Air
your
2377 exit runway when able.
Microsoft Flight Simulator streaming experience. Yeah, it's the A320 there, 7420. We're glad that you picked us. We look forward to serving you again tomorrow.
Lion Air 2377 contact ground on 118.9er.
118.9er for Lion Air 2377.
Let me open this back up.
Juanda ground Lion Air 2377 request taxi to the gate.
Lion Air 2377 taxi to gate 113 via taxiway Charlie Golf.
Taxiing to gate 113 via taxiway Charlie Golf Lion Air 2377.
Well, you know, most people, as soon as you're on the ground, I always hear it. As soon as they slow down to turn off the runway, you hear the... Everybody takes off their seatbelts. They're like, oh, we're good now. We are all set. So yeah, I always hear that. And of course everybody's reaching, because part of that is everybody's reaching for their phone so they can start texting friends or family that they just landed and all that. So everybody can't wait to get on their phone. Well, it was a nice flight from Jakarta. Nice starry evening landing here. Yeah, if you like taking pictures of planes coming in on a approach and all that, that would be a good place to do it. But I wonder if there's like a certain point that they close down the airport because it would disturb the people who live around that area. So tomorrow's flight, regular time. Yeah, I would think so, because it seems either that or you're going to have to approach in over the water and come in and land at the end of the runway over there. They probably switch it in the evening time if they do have evening flights. So tomorrow, regular time, we are going from Jacksonville to Atlanta in the A320. We will have live weather for that, just to keep it interesting. And so do look out for that, the normal time tomorrow. Do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. If you're new, please do subscribe. We try to do this daily, within reasons, of course. We do it 7 days a week. This Friday there will not be any stream. I do have to go to Syracuse for the day, so we will pick it up on Saturday for Spitfire Saturday. I don't know where we're flying from and to. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Lion Air 2377, hold position, caution, other traffic.
Oh, come on.
Lion Air 2377, continue taxi.
Roger, Lion Air 2377.
Hate when they do that. Try to get this lined up as best as possible. Like a glove. Ooh, look at that. Here comes the jetway. I might as well connect the baggage too while we're at it.
Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. Could you please send the baggage?
Lion Air 2377 is on the way.
Let's see, what else can we get? Let's get the catering service.
Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. Could you please send the catering truck?
Lion Air
Here it comes.
2377, the catering truck is on the road.
What about fuel? Can we get fuel?
Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. Could you please send a fuel truck?
Lion Air 2377, the fuel truck is on the road.
Oh, let's go ahead and get the power supply too while we're at it.
Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. Could you please send a ground power unit?
Lion Air 2377, the ground power unit is on the road.
Look at all that action. Alright, let's just go ahead and turn all the lights off so we're not blinding the crew on the ground. I'm not sure what that beeping noise is. Alright. I think we've got everything.
Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. I am done with fuel services. Juanda ground, Lion Air 2377. I am done with power. Juanda ground Lion Air 2377, I am done with the baggage service. Juanda ground Lion Air 2377, I am done with catering services.
We'll keep the jetway connected so that people can get off the plane while we power down. There we go. Press C. Oh, I didn't even see that, Amilla. Sorry. Thank you, though. Oh, we got some night flying. 19 minutes of night flying in. I like it. We like that. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. I do appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. If you're new, please do subscribe. If you feel that you want to, it's up to you. I will see you all tomorrow. Jacksonville to Atlanta in the A320. Be a nice morning flight. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't even realize that. So, anyway, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I will see you all later. Peace. Live long and prosper.